Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Nick from Run the Foot Market here. Guys, today is Team of the Week 11, investing guide, all that kind of stuff. We thought the Team of the Week was going to be really bad. It's actually not too terrible. I think there's some looks in here. But more importantly, guys, I am joined by one of my really good friends over on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, all those places. Joined by Cripsy.
Yo, Nick, what's going on, man?
What's happening, dude?
So look at this Team of the Week. What do you think?
Get involved! I say get involved.
I see a lot of potential here. Looking good.
Guys, so Cripsy he's a really good player. Like, he finishes high elites, top 100s, some top 100 finishes this month. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, so I finished top 100 in the first week, I think, of the month for qualifying. 37 another week, which was awesome. Unfortunately, didn't finish the month too well, but 34s and 35s to end the month. But still a great month. I think I finished 12th in the Oceanic region, as I like to call it. And look, we had a really good time. Lots of fun.
Yeah, so guys, here's the deal. For these Team of the Week investment videos, I'm starting to bring on a lot of professional, really good FIFA players who know a lot about the game, because I think investments work the best when you're investing in a player that's going to be used by the pros. The pros like, or they really rate because he has a position change, or there's just certain reasons that sometimes us traders can't always think of, and it just helps because a lot of the investments you make are for the weekend league. So we're going to bring on Cripsy. He's going to talk a little bit about, when we get into the starting 11, some players. We're going to go really quickly like we do. We're going to start right on the right side of the bench. We're going to start with that silver. I'm not really seeing anything in the silver. You move to the left a little bit. Nothing in the... I mean, that guy's what? He's playing in not really any kind of league, right? The English left wing?
English left wing... No, not really. Nothing really too noticeable about that one. I'm even looking at his skill moves. He's got nothing, so I wouldn't worry about him at all.
And then Mr. Cliver, I do like the 4-star, but
yep.
the shooting at 73 is just... There's no way that's good enough.
Well, being a left winger, I guess you're not going to get too many, shooting/finishing opportunities all game long. But when he gets an opportunity, you'd hope he finishes it. But that kind of finishing, probably not. So I wouldn't be too interested in that one from a playing perspective.
Yeah, as an investment perspective, we always like Cliver when he's a silver, because last FIFA, when you have those weekend leagues that need silvers, which I don't think we're gonna have this year, but that's when I used to really like investing in Cliver, but obviously they're doing more golds now. So then we move to the left. I think this guy's name is pronounced Hilsner. Not looking into this guy at all. The silver informs, they're rare, so sometimes randomly, if you look in 2 weeks, if you bought one for discard, they might be up. So I would just, if you see any of the silvers go to discard, guys, not in terms of a playing perspective, but sometimes just a rarity, they do go up. So just monitor those two, obviously. And then if you look to the left, I'm not really looking at anything there. 78 rated, it's not great. Then we do look to the left, and we're talking mostly on the bench, guys. This talk is going to be just in general about investing. It's not going to be too much, weekend league playing players, but at the same time, they sometimes can still be good investments. And a really quick thing I want to point out that I have Cripsy here is that I think you're on 8 million transfer profit this year.
I think I'm on like 8.4 or 8.5 or something like that.
He's absolutely smashing it over there as well. He's investing, he's doing a lot, so he does know a lot about the market as well. So just to put that in your heads. So looking at this guy, FUTMas Mori, and I automatically think if this guy ever goes, I would say like maybe 13, 14, 12, probably 12 or 13K. He might be worth a look just because he's going to be the closest probably to discard Argentine inform. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, 100% Argentinian, and he's 82 rated, so he's not low. He's not too low, I should say, compared to the other informs. Again, what's the hurt if you get him at 12, 13K, as you mentioned? And look, if he rises by a couple of K, you're still making profit. You're not going to lose anything.
Yeah, and that's more probably just the potential down the line, like a Guerrero Player of the Month investment or something like that, if that's ever to come up. Because we saw that guy from Team of the Week 1, I think Enzo Perez from Boca Juniors. If you guys bought that card at like 10K, when Aguero was in the hype for a Player of the Month with Kane, I believe that was, I don't know, I think it might have been October. He went up to like 22, 23, 24K. So just keep your eye on that.
Just in the hype.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. Charlie Austin, I think that's his name. I actually really like this, guys. If he goes down to a value, I would say again like 13, 14K, he's probably not going to go there because he's a BPL inform. These guys stay high because people invest in them for Player of the Month informs. But I would say if he goes during weekly rewards or something, and you can get on your console and snipe him anywhere between 16, 17, 18K, he's probably a good look as he's English, which is going to cover Kane, Ali, any of those big guys who are in the Player of the Month race for next months ahead. And he's an 82 rated Prime Inform, which is 82 rated gets the job done. We've seen it this year, and you just saw it with some of the SBCs that 82s can help with the SBCs. Yeah,
and FUTMas coming up as well. You love your we're loving the FUTMas right now into the hype. So you never know what they might bring. And if you can, as Nick says, you know, if you can get something really close to discard, you never know where this may take you in the long run.
Yep. And then moving to the left, we have this guy looks pretty good. He's playing in the Bundesliga. Two-star weak foot.
Two-star weak foot, which has turned a few people off. Players like a Salah, for example. A lot of players don't use Salah because of the two-star weak foot. I don't. But a lot of players do use Salah purely because his left foot's so good. So, look, I don't think he's the best. He's definitely not the best in that league in terms of an inform on the left side. I think we've got a couple of choices over there now for the Bundesliga. But in saying that, I think, you know, as a super sub, if you're looking for raw pace, bit of dribbling, and he's got 4-star skills, he's not terrible, but I wouldn't be looking for him myself. I just don't use Bundesliga players, so might not be worth it. But if you can pick him up again close to discard, you never know.
Yep, and then moving to the left, we have Marlos, who's actually, we're going to run through these last 4 quickly, but Marlos, 5-star skiller. That's just something to watch. Again, 84 rated inform. He could end up being one of the cheapest informs. And guys, if he's the cheapest inform for an 84 rated, you know, because we have FUTMas coming up, and he's a 5-star skiller, maybe that doesn't hurt to pick up at whatever price he settles at if he does end up being the cheapest inform. Let's move to the left. This guy I'm interested in, Ligue 1 left back, French. So you have some links there. 88 pace. Now we just need to see his work rates. High, what do you think of that?
Well, high, Inform Valencia has high. Now, we all know that's a very special card in terms of how that card plays. But if you put an anchor card on this guy right here, he's going to have about 95-ish pace. He's going to have about 84, 85 defending, and about 86, 87 physical. So he has a very solid, you know, numbers there. Having high is definitely better than having high medium. So at least he's going to be probably 9 times out of 10, he's going to be tracking back hard, even if he's a little bit out of position because he's gone forward. I rate it. You know, if you're playing in that league, you don't really have that many options in terms of left backs, I don't think.
Yeah, you have Marsal and him, basically.
Yeah, so I would have a look at picking this guy up.
Yeah, he's probably one of the better investments from this team of the week, and I know he started at 30K today. Now he's all the way up to 45K, but I would say probably target price again. You're going to want to look in that. I would say if he goes under 30K, that's a steal for me. I would invest in that card.
I agree with that. Under 30K, and not many left backs or right backs get many informs anyway. Yeah. So I think that could be a shout. I think he should only go up purely because of the lack of supply in that left back.
No, he's good. He's for real good. The next 2 guys on the left, obviously, guys, are going to be discard investments. But it's actually interesting to note that the guy Long, he's from FC Basel, which is a past club of Salah's. So yeah, keep your eye out on that, guys. Player of the Month Salah. If you haven't seen that video is going to be down below. But we talked about informs, and that's a past club potential, and we haven't seen them do past club informs this FIFA, but it's something that continues to go up in the hype. And what you do is you pick it up maybe during rewards or Saturday or Sunday whenever you think he's very low, and you just sell it in the night before the Player of the Month event. So then that's probably a shout. And then looking at the goalie, I'm not looking at that. That's a discard investment. So let's get into the starting 11. Let's get into where it matters the most. Goalkeeper Sirigu is that, so he's in the Calcio. For me, you know, it's a good card, but I just think that the Calcio has so many options at goalkeeper.
Yeah, too many options. You're not going to want to spend that kind of coin. Like, it's a good card. I use Glove for all my goalkeepers. Look, it's got high reflexes, high diving, high handling, and high positioning. Like, you know what? That's a pretty solid card. Kicking, to me, that doesn't matter too much because I normally throw my kicks. Throw from the goalie, I should say. But again, acrobatic save techniques as well. It's not a bad card in any way, shape, or form. It could be almost a little bit of a budget card. You know, budget-ish goalkeeper compared to the other option that you have in that league. Might be worth, if you have a team like that from the Calcio, it might be worth picking him up if you're looking to upgrade from a very cheap goalkeeper. It might be the next step up before you go to the top tier.
Yep. Okay, so then let's move into the 3 center backs. I'm gonna say really quickly with that guy who's playing left wing back. I think it's Ziegler. Let's see his current price. So he's chilling right now at, like, it looks like high 40s. I gotta say, I'm not like too interested in the card. The reason why I am interested in the card is I believe he's Dutch, which Dutch in the Prem is probably a way that you could later on in the game with some team of the season cards, maybe hybrid, you know, make some hybrids, figure some things out. I think you still have Kolasinac. Ashley Young, especially if you get to second inform coming up, is going to be pretty close. I think investment-wise, I don't think you're going to see a return if you buy it at the best time of more than 5 to 10K. So I'm not going to be going crazy with that. It's a decent-looking card, but I'm not going crazy with that. Let's look at the center back, De Vries. It's a decent card. Having 70 pace compared to 69 pace is huge. Just in terms of the appearance of the card.
I want to make note. I just want to make a note really quickly on the fact that he has, it's 70-70. So in his pace, he has 70 acceleration and 70 sprint speed. A lot of cards have a different balance. So a lot of cards, and I'm going to use Suarez just as an example. He has really high acceleration, but really low top speed. So so he has like 80 acceleration or something like that, which can make him, so his stats says he has 80 pace, but he feels quicker because he takes off a lot faster. So with a card like this, he has 77, he has 70-70, sorry. He probably feels slower than he actually is, purely because of the fact that he's just pure flat 70-70. So I know that it's from 69 to 70, it looks better, but he will probably feel basically the same, which kind of sucks.
And then moving on to the right center back, Ginter, playing in the Bundesliga. 71 pace, 85 defending, 82 physical, 81 passing. It's a good card. I'm not going to be investing in it, but it gets the job done. Let's move on to the guy that before we talked about in this video that you mentioned that could be a guy to invest in, and that's Memphis Depay. What do you think about him, man?
Look, I think in that league, I know at the moment, I think he is probably one of the more expensive at the moment. I think he's in investment-wise.
Let's look. He is currently... Yeah, he's like 90K right now, and I'd say around rewards tomorrow, he's probably 65 or 70.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, he's got the 4-star skills. He's only got 2-star weak foot, but he's on the left wing with a right footer. So it helps when you're playing on that side, if you're not crossing the ball, obviously. High-low work rates, which is really good for a winger. I like him being involved in the play. 5'9", which is just fine. If you have a look, though, and you look at his pace... 92 acceleration, 89 sprint speed. Fantastic. You know, that's what you're after. Free kick accuracy at 96. That is fantastic.
94 shot power, 93 curve.
87 long shots. Like, you're working with a player with some good stats here.
Good balance. 85 strength as well.
Yeah, 81 stamina, which helps. It helps as well. So all round, that could be a really decent player from the League One, being on the left wing, because you don't really have any choices beside Neymar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Neymar,
exactly.
And that's kind of it. Like, in terms of quality, this card, even though Neymar I think is 5-star, 5-star, even though Depay is 4-star, 2-star, the 4-star skills is huge, and those kind of stats, massive. Yeah.
So guys, I would say for a price, I think 50. If you hit that in the 50s, that's a steal. We got to see where it goes. Obviously, it's not. They haven't been packed a lot. Currently at 90K. Rewards will dictate a lot where the player is going to settle at. I would say looking at picking him up Saturday or Sunday. I may be picking up 1 or 2 myself. Let's move into the midfield. Verratti's kind of where he should be already. He's at 140K.
I think he'll probably go lower. Just sitting investment.
He's going to go a lot lower. That's what I mean. But I'm saying he's already like, you know, some of these players that are high rated stay at like 400K on Wednesdays. He's already at 145K, which is a sign that means he's going to drop tomorrow. Big time. He's not, we're going to move right on from him because he's just not usable. It's flat and square that he's not going to be in the competitive scene, and that's kind of where we invest for. But let's move to a guy that arguably is probably, I would say, my favorite player from this team of the week, which is Casemiro, and it's my favorite, but it's not my favorite at the same time because, listen, and Cripsy, I'm going to let you speak on this in a second, but you're going to hear my reason, then you probably already know what I'm going to say, but I would be investing in this card 100% if I didn't think he could potentially get a team of the group stage, which is going to come out in 2 weeks. And that's a little bit what I'm nervous about. The card is great, and I think if you want to take this away, you were talking about how you think it's potentially like, what, top 2, top 3 DM in the La Liga?
I think, have a think about who's in the La Liga. Maybe you can pull that up for me real quick. But if you have a look, Casemiro has some fantastic stats, and everyone sees his pace as an issue. Now, if you look at the pace, right, he has 63 pace
good,
now,
man.
that hurts. But he's solid. Like, he's probably the best holding DM in La Liga, purely based on the fact that he's physically fantastic, defending he's awesome. Now, dribbling, passing, I ignore the dribbling stat on a DM, because if you're dribbling with a DM, you probably shouldn't really be using your DM to dribble around opponents, right? But I look at his passing stat. Now, if I put a catalyst on this card, I think he sits on about 73 pace-ish, so he gets a boost in his pace, but he gets a boost on his passing. So he would have his short passing, long pass is already in the 85s and the 87s. Those go up. His free kick accuracy goes up. His vision goes up. All the stats that you need playing in deep go up. He's shooting has 88 shot power and 79 long shots. If you happen to get in a position to shoot with this card, you're in business. So I think that, and that's the problem with La Liga, is there's not enough holding DMs. Yep. And I think that this card right here is going to be a solution. You said that he may get a team in the group stages. Yep. And if he does, this card obviously will suffer, but go and get his team in the group stages.
Exactly. and if he doesn't get a team in the group stage, you better open up your console and go back and get this card, because it's going to go up right away.
And he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot. 6 foot, medium high.
He's a baller. Listen, I loved him last year. He's gonna be a good one. You just got, all we're saying, I'm not giving you a price to buy it, because you just need to watch out for that group stage in 2 weeks. Just watch out. That's all you need to do. 100%. Right mid, Banega. Not really looking at this card at all. Good passing. Yeah, center mid playing at right mid. Sorry. Good passing, 4-star, 4-star, but he's probably going to be similar to Pastore, where he might drop down to one of the cheaper 85s. And if you want to get involved for FUTMas coming up, that might be a look. Let's move really quickly. We go to Cam. We have Griezmann. You know the deal with Griezmann, guys. He's the headline player of this week. Yep. Here's what I would tell everybody who's watching this video. In my opinion, you know, talking about we're trying to make money based off this video, right? And Cripsy's coming here to give us some perspective on how these players will hold out in weekend league and in competitive gameplay. But let's talk about if you really want to put value for money here. This year, just a trend I've been noticing. Yes, I've been flipping Dybalas, Hullets, all that, right? And it's great. But I'll give you, the viewers, a prime example of this, right? And I flipped a Dybala today, which was an exception. I made 200K on it in about 48 hours. Besides that trade, high informed trading this year has just been, it's not been great. It's only been great with this market rebound right now. I'd say, you know, in terms of, we're going to talk about Griezmann, and he's great, right? But in terms of, if you want to make money, I think you're better off finding the best time to buy the left back who's French on the bench, Roussillon. If you can nail down that time to buy him where you think he's just too cheap and you end up getting it right, which could be around, what, we're going to say 30K, high 20s. Yep. If you were to buy as much value of one Griezmann and put it all into him, I think you're looking at potentially a safer and a better return, less tax. That's kind of, if you were to say, hey, Griezmann is what right now? He's 900K, right?
50 or something like that. And
you're going to say he drops at lowest probably 650 and probably realistically around 750. Yeah. Somewhere there. 700. You know, you're probably better off putting 700K on Saturday or Sunday into that left back, in terms of if you want to go make the best value for your money. Now, if you want to use Griezmann, Cripsy will tell you this, he's a good player. You know, he's the real deal. Let's look into his in-game stats for a second.
What I wanted to mention is the rumor had it that he was going to start at the right wing, like he was going to be a right midfielder slash right wing, and I was actually excited to be in the case, because that would have been a sick right wing for that league. Purely based off the fact that you have Dembele and then you have nothing to Messi. So it would have been nice to have a little change, but obviously we didn't get that. We'll talk about this now. I think the biggest thing is to note is that his stats actually hasn't gone up that much. I want to mention that now. No, I would actually play him at a cam, and that's the position he's got. But I would play him at cam. He's too weak to be at striker. He needs space to work with the ball. So if you play a position or a formation, I should say, with a striker or two strikers and a cam or a center forward or something like that, that's where I'd put Griezmann. 88 dribbling, 87 shooting, 87 passing. It's enough. Like that's 87 pace. Sorry, 80 passing. It's fine. You're absolutely fine. I play engine. I put engine on these cards when I play them at cam, and that boosts his pace, his dribbling, and his passing. That all goes up with engine. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, doesn't matter at that point. You're fine. Get him on his left foot and you'll score. You'll score anywhere. So you're good to go.
Get involved.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go. Then we have the last two players. Obviously, Jonas, guys, he's going to be the Bas Dost. He's going to be the 85 galore investment. 5-star weak foot. I didn't even see that. Listen, just because I say that, I'm not investing in him for that purpose. No gameplay purpose investment here. But if he's like Pastore, Bas Dost, just get involved. Icon SBCs.
Yep.
And FUTMas coming up. We just talked about that, guys. FUTMas is one of the times when the most informs are required for SBCs all year, at least last year. If it follows the same trend, it will be that way. And then let's look at Raheem Sterling.
Yes. So
350. What is he at? 325? Yeah, 325. I like him.
I think there's a, and I'm going to talk about this just as a general, is that in the entire game, the right wing / right midfield / right back position in the entire game is weak. And in the Premier League, we're seeing a lot of right wing action upgrades though. In particular, Salah is absolutely going off. And so just, I would be mindful, because if you're going to spend, say, let's say this card hits 250k, Nick, and I'm just ballparking, right? I'm just talking.
Yeah, he's like, what, 325? Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see like 220, 230, 240.
Let's say he hits that, right? People would be like, maybe I'll pay 220, you know, for this card.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get a Player of the Month Salah, you could be paying, what, 350, for example?
Yeah, 350 maybe for the SBC.
I would probably want the Salah because he's going to be better stats-wise.
Yeah.
So there's something just to think about, is that the Prem is overwhelming with really good quality right-wing cards.
Yeah, Mane, Salah, Sterling. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Too many options. And guys, we always talk about investing in the best. And for me, he's not the best at right wing. And it's a cool card. It's deserved. I just don't think I'm going to be touching him because, listen, Salah's coming in for a Player of the Month. Where's the hype right now? Who's talking about, what right wing are people talking about? Salah. They're talking about Liverpool. It's, you know, that's where the money is. You got to be where the money is, guys. So, all right, boys. So that is it for the Team of the Week 11 investment video. We went through all of them. We talked about everything with our boy Cripsy. Thank you so much, dude, for joining me today.
All right, thanks for having me on, man. It's been awesome.
No worries, guys. So we're going to do a lot more of these in the future. We're going to bring on Cripsy again. We're going to bring on other guys, already working out some other people to come on here. Getting pro players, getting extremely competitive players to come talk about position changes, just players that they like and why they could be potentially good investments because of where they see them in the weekend league. So if you guys did enjoy, drop the like. Guys, I'm going to put Cripsy's links to his social media. It's going to be plugged down below. Make sure you guys go check it out. Go show him some love. He's a great dude. Hop in his Twitch live streams. He's the man. 180s, baby. What are we saying, Cripsy?
Woo! 180s,
what are we
boys.
saying, boys? Get involved. Like, subscribe. Get involved, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.